Hello everyone, myself Paresh Patel, working as assistant professor in the Department of Medicinal Chemistry at LG Institute of Pharmacy. As we all know that because of the current situation due to the COVID-19, we are not able to conduct your lecture at our college campus, but you will not miss your study, and therefore we are going to conduct and upload the lecture on our YouTube channel of LGIP, that is Pharma Ignite. So please subscribe this channel and do the study. You will not miss your study at all. Now in today's lecture, I am going to discuss about the properties of amines, especially the basicity, various preparations from which the amines are produced, and chemical reactions of the amines. In last lecture, if you see, what we have studied is we have studied the importance of amines. We have also studied the classification, that is a primary, secondary and tertiary, and two important properties. One is solubility and another is the boiling point. So up to that we have already discussed. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the very important point, that is the basicity, and then the preparations of amines, and then after we'll see the various chemical reactions. Now if you see the amines, they are actually the derivatives of ammonia, and ammonia, as we know, that they are the basic in nature. So both amines and ammonia, they produce the basic aqueous solutions. Now why the amines are basic in nature? If you see the bonding characteristic which we have discussed in the last session, that nitrogen has lone pair of electron, and this lone pair of electron on the nitrogen can be easily donated. And as per the Lewis concept of acid and base, the compound which can able to donate the lone pair of electron, they are considered to be the Lewis base, and therefore these amines compounds, they are considered to be the basic in nature. And because they are basic in nature, what is the Lorry-Bronsted concept of acid and base is, acid is a proton donor and base is a proton acceptor. Therefore the amines are proton acceptor. So you can say that amines are electron donor and proton acceptor. Therefore, based on both the theory, either you take a Lorry-Bronsted and Lewis, based on both the theory, amines are considered to be the basic compound. Now, if you see the reaction with the water of any amines, as I told, that amines are the proton acceptor. So they will able to take the proton from the water, and water will convert it into OH minus ion. Now the basicity will depend on this conjugated acid. So the, as we know, that basicity of any basic compound is depending on the stability of the conjugated acid which is produced from them. So that nitrogen have a positive charge. So those which are able to stabilize this positive charge will become a stronger one. Higher the stability of the positive charge on the nitrogen, stronger is the basic compound. So all the amines, after reaction with the water, they are converted into the positive charge on the nitrogen, and H2O is converted into OH minus after donating the proton. Now basicity of amines are affected, means how will you uh, evaluate the basicity? There are the parameters which is used is a Kb. So Kb is the, you can say, the ionization constant of a basic compound. Higher the value of the Kb, stronger is the basic compound. Higher the value of the Kb, because the Kb is directly proportional to the OH minus ion. Higher the OH minus, that means lower the POH. and lower the pOH means higher the pH. Again, I am saying you Kb is depending on the concentration of OH minus. K and Kb, if you see the Ka, it is depending on H plus ion or H3O plus ion, while Kb is depending on OH minus ion. Higher the value of OH minus, higher the value of Kb. Now, higher the value of OH minus means lower the value of pOH, because pOH is minus log of OH minus. Now, higher the OH minus means lower the pOH, and if the pOH is lower, that means pH is higher. Higher the pH, stronger is the base. Suppose we have a two basic compound, one is having a pH of 9 and another is having a pH of 12. When 12 pH containing basic solution is a stronger base. So therefore, Kb is the parameter which is used. Sometime in competitive exams, they will uh, give you the questions based on the value of the Kb. You need to remember, higher the value of the Kb, stronger is the base. While in pKb, it is a reverse scenario. In pKb, because pKb is a negative logarithm, and therefore it is a negative logarithm, it is lower the value of pKb, stronger is the base. If you see the aniline, now amines compounds, they are less basic than the aliphatic amines, and therefore the because what is the reason behind it? If we consider, in case of the basic compounds, that is aromatic amines, after accepting the proton, the aromatic amines, they are converted into this positive charge containing nitrogen atom. Now the stability, as I told earlier, higher the stability of this positive charge on the nitrogen, stronger is the base. But what happen over here, this lone pair of electrons will be continuously undergoes the resonance, and therefore because of the resonating effect, the aromatic amines, they are the weak base, because there is no delocalization of the electrons on the nitrogen. While in case of aliphatic amines, the lone pair of electron which is available on the nitrogen, it is a localized. Therefore, aliphatic amines, they have a higher tendency to donate the lone pair of electron compared to that of the aromatic amines. So you need to remember, compared to aliphatic amines, aromatic amines are weak base. Now in again aromatic amines, if you have a different substituents, then how their basicity is affecting. You need to remember two things very importantly in acid and base. Electron donating group or electron releasing group, they are always increasing the basicity. Now what is the reason behind it? The electron releasing or electron donating group, they increase the electron density on the nitrogen atom, while electron withdrawing group, as they are electron attracting group also, they are decreasing the electron density on the nitrogen. Now what is the basic compounds? Those which are having a higher electron density on the nitrogen, or those which are having a higher tendency to donate the lone pair of electron, will become a stronger base. And therefore the electron releasing group, as they are increasing the density of the electron on the nitrogen, as their name indicate, they are electron releasing group. Because they are electron releasing group, they are able to donate, they have tendency to donate the more number, or their tendency is higher than that of the compound in which there is the electron withdrawing. So you need to remember, the electron donating group will always increasing the basicity, while electron withdrawing group will decrease the basicity. So chloroaniline or nitroaniline, they are less basic, but methyl aniline is stronger base than that of the aniline. Because of this delocalization which is caused by the resonating effect, the basicity will be affected, and therefore the aromatic amines, as I told, their basicity is less than that of the aliphatic amines. Electron releasing group, as I told, they are increasing the basicity. Electron withdrawing group, they are decreasing the basicity. Now we'll move towards the preparations of amines. So how these amines are prepared in the laboratory? First, nitrogen containing compounds like a nitro. So nitrobenzene or nitro containing compounds, they are reduced to aniline with the help of tin and hydrochloric acid. So they are easily reduced, means nitrobenzene is converted into aniline with the help of tin and hydrochloric acid. Amide, another nitrogen containing compounds are there. So amides are reduced to amines. Suppose if you take propanamide, then they are converted into propanamide. Now very important, these reactions. When we talk about the reduction of amides to amines, there is no change in the number of carbon atoms. If you take propanamide, you will get the propanamine. If you take butanamide, you will take the butanamine. But there is also another reactions where the amides are also converted into amines. But in this case, the number of carbon atoms are decreases. So Hoffman degradation process, which is carried out if you take amide with the bromine and in presence of basic solution like NaOH or KOH, they are converted into amines. But here the number of carbon atoms are decreases. Suppose if you take ethanamide, it is a methanamide. If you take propanamide, it is a ethanamide. So from amide, we have two reactions. One is reduction. Through the reduction, we are getting same number of carbon atoms. But through the Hoffman degradations, we are taking or we are getting a less number of carbon atoms. Very important when you are going to write down the organic conversion. Same way, cyanide or nitriles, they are also reduced to the amines. Means amines are easily being prepared from this nitrogen containing preparations. And last preparation is the alkyl halides. So alkyl halides, by the reaction with the ammonia, this process is also known as the ammonolysis. So alkyl halides are easily being converted with the ammonia and they are converted into primary amines. And this primary amine again, they are converted into secondary and tertiary amines. So ultimately, the amines are prepared from nitro to the amide and through the alkyl halide and cyanide. Now we'll see the chemical reactions of amines. First and very important one is the, as they are basic in nature, they will react with the acid and they are converted into their corresponding salt. Then they are also converted, means amines after reaction with the derivatives of carboxylic acid, that is acid chloride, anhydride and esters, they are again converted into amide. So amine are also converted into amide by the three important functional group. One is acid chloride, acidic anhydride and the esters. Then they are also reacting with the nitrous acid, and this test means reaction of amine with the nitrous acid is used in the laboratory to distinguish the primary, secondary and tertiary. And how you will distinguish it? Okay, with reaction with the nitrous acid, if nitrogen gas is liberated with the clear solution, it is the primary amine. If insoluble yellow oil is formed, then it is a secondary amine. And if it is again clear solution, but there is no evolution of the nitrogen gas, then it is a tertiary amines. And another reactions, primary amines, after reaction with the alkyl halides, they are converted into secondary amine. Secondary amines, after reaction with the alkyl halide, they are again converted into tertiary amines. Although this amine group, they are ortho and para directing, because they are activating group, because nitrogen have a lone pair of electron and that can be used to activate the ring system. But sometimes it is also a meta directing group with the particular reagents, because NH2 can be converted into NH3 plus, and therefore this NH3 plus is the electron deficient. So therefore sometimes it is also getting, or we are able to getting the tri-substituted system. So what we have discussed in the today's lecture is the, and what are the frequently asked question, which is very important, because in exams, if you see the comments which is related with the comparison of the basicity of different amines, electron donating and electron withdrawing group, I have already given the example. Chloroaniline, nitroaniline are less basic, methyl aniline are more basic in nature. Very important question related to the GTU, too important. Okay, preparation of amines, very frequently asked question in the university examination, and chemical properties or the chemical reactions of the amines. Hoffman degradation, if sometime it is asked in the organic conversion, so you have to remember that there is one carbon less as far as the product is produced through the Hoffman. So two important questions from GTU: comparison of basicity with the reference to comments or the competitive exams like GPAT and NIPER, and also the conversion related to the Hoffman degradations.